Hey guys, today we have a full face of Dollar Tree makeup. I know you guys have been waiting for another one of these videos, so wait no longer. Here we are. I bought a ton of new products and we're gonna try some of them on my face. I literally bought so much that I couldn't try every single product. So more of these videos definitely coming soon, and let's just go ahead and get into it. Let's get into these eyeshadows. I don't know which one I want to go into today. Let's go with like the warmer tones because I feel like this is going to match with our blushes and lips that we have a little bit more. I'm already disappointed off of the swatches, but let's see how it plays on our eyes. That's what matters the most. I'm going to be using my color switch to go between different shades and clean my brushes because they are not clean. You can get these at the Dollar Tree too. I don't think this specific one is from the Dollar Tree. Let's go into this shade right here. This is going to be our base color. I'm gonna take this right in the crease. I feel like I have to say this in every video, but I am a dipper slash heavy-handed. So I'm constantly going back into the palette. I'm sure a lot of it gets cropped out in editing, but I do that with every single palette, so it's not like I'm trying to make this palette work any better by going into the palette a lot. We're gonna go in with this middle shade here to deepen it up just a little bit. That one's picking up a little bit more on camera. Just doing the same thing, keeping it in my crease. Let's go even deeper with this shade here and focusing this one more on the edge. This brush I actually got from Dollar Tree. It's a Wet n Wild brush, and it's just your typical big blending brush. I want to take this light orange shade here to diffuse the colors and just blend it out a little bit. And because I'm trying to use as many shades as I can. So we have a little bit of warmth to our look. Those blended really nice together. The shadows deeper in person, the lights are kind of washing it out. Let's go into these disappointing ass shimmers that are completely oversprayed. Like you can see it's not even glittery anymore. I'm just gonna go right into that shimmer. I'm taking the lighter one. I'm just gonna take a Dollar Tree setting spray. Oh, this is the one with the bad cap. Hold on. I'm gonna take a different one with a good spraying cap. And this just gives the shimmer a little bit more payoff when the brush is wet, or you can use your fingers, but I typically have nails on, so I don't use my fingers. And you can use setting spray or water. It's just a little too subtle for me. I want glitter shimmer. Yes, it was $1.25, but there's other palettes, like LA Colors palettes, that have shimmers in them, and they have more payoff. I'm just deepening this outer corner back up since we kind of lost it with the blending. I did get this LA Colors eyeshadow stick, and it's a shimmer, so let's see if we can put this on top of the powder. Usually you'd put the shimmer stick before the powder, but let's just see if this does anything. And I'm gonna kind of do it like as if I'm cutting my crease. I think it's just not going over the powder very well. I'm gonna catch the other eye up except for the shimmer part. Let's try this on the other eye and see how it does. Let's try this again. It's almost just not creamy enough to spread on the eye. Like you can see I'm literally dragging my skin, which is weird because it felt so like it does fine on the back of your hand. I'm going back with the eyeshadow. That actually seemed to do better. If this is your kind of shimmer, it's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be honest, but and I've probably mentioned it a million times, it's because I thought it was going to be super glittery, and it just was an overspray, so I'm just salty about that. But if this is your kind of shimmer, it's not bad at all. Definitely has the payoff with a wet brush. Other than the whole like shimmer problem, the mattes performed completely fine. Everything blended very well together. And I mean, of course, you have to do a few dips into the palette, but you're able to get the pigment and the payoff. No problem. It was a little powdery, so I had to blow that off. I preferred the LA Colors shadows. If I'm going to pick up a shadow, I would recommend those. If you watched my haul video, which I'll have linked in the cards if you did not, this is just where I opened everything that I'm trying today and did swatches. They completely lied on the packaging of this. The brush looked completely different, and when you open it, it's your typical crappy Dollar Tree mascara. I mean, look how goopy it is, and the bristles are that weird. I don't even know what kind of material this is. See how hard it is to pull out because it just has so much mascara on it. Ugh. I did already curl my lashes. Oh, I don't have the worst lashes ever, but I definitely don't have the longest either. It's taking me a while to coat them, which is surprising since there's so much product on the brush. But yeah, I can tell this is, if you're not careful with this, I can tell that it's gonna get chunky. Trying to spread out the product. The more that I'm brushing, the more product that's gooping on, and I'm trying to like brush out the goopiness, but it's just adding more product. Maybe give you guys a better visual. I tried to get out all the chunkiness, but yeah, this is just too heavy. Look, it's all over my fingers. It's just too heavy for your eyelashes. I mean, just ugh. I honestly might just throw this away. I can't even see myself using this again. Just, Good thing I go in with lashes because I would be screwed. These are the lashes I'm going to go in with today. These are the LA Colors Lash. This is Faux Mink Wispy, and it's in the style Delectable. And we do have a new lash glue to try as well. This is by IONI, Everlasting Lash Glue in Clear. You want to be careful taking the lashes out of the packaging because there's a ton of glue in there. What I usually do is just line up my lash to where I'm going to put it. And since these have a thicker band on them, I'm going to keep them like with my lashes. I don't want to bring them too far into the inner corner because for me personally, I just find that the inner corner will stick up more. So I see how much is hanging off, and we're going to cut off that little piece that is hanging off. It's usually about like 1 or 2 clusters that I have to cut off. I'm going to put like a decent amount. I try to keep most of the product at like both ends of the lash because that's where it's more prone to stick up. But yeah, you just want a good amount. And the key with applying lashes is you want your glue to be tacky. You don't want it to be too wet to where it's going to slide all over your lid, and you don't want it to be too dry because then it has nothing to stick to. This looks like it's starting to turn clear maybe when it's ready. So let's go ahead and just get it popped on. I always tilt this way, and then I'm going to be like looking up into my mirror. And I try to just focus putting it on the middle there, and we can worry about the ends after. And I'm pinching it with my natural lashes. Again, getting this inner corner. So she's going to be the death of us. And pinching. And then I want to check from the top. So on the top, you can see it's not fully to my lash line. So I'm going to kind of move it. and check again, and that's better. So now I just stick it. And to be honest, I've been preferring clear band lashes or just cluster lashes because I can't stand when you can see the band or it's like separated. So there you go. You can see the inner corners still kind of sticking up, but you can always fix that with eyeliner too. I will say I actually really like this lash glue. It is really sticky, like really, really sticky, which I actually find to not be annoying. Usually when stuff is too sticky, you know, it's sticking to everything, it drives me crazy. But it gave me enough time, as you guys could see, to like move the lash around and really make sure it's sticking to my lash. I mean, we still have the inner corner kind of sticking up, but it's gonna be hard to fix that on camera. Now I'm just gonna squish it with my natural lashes. We got our lashes on, and these are definitely not a favorite. I like the style of them. I think it's just the thicker band that's bothering me. I hate when the band just like kind of cuts off. So we're going to put some eyeliner in there to help blend the eyelashes. And I'm probably going to do the inner corner off camera just because I need to concentrate. But I did want to show you guys how I further blend my lashes. I have a mirror down here that I'm going to be looking into. And I know it's so bad to pull your eye, but it's really the only way I can do it. I am so bad at liner. But you see how there's all that white residue left from the glue? So I like to take an eyeliner to hide that. We're going to be focusing the eyeliner on, I love how this just turned into a tutorial. Anyways, we're going to focus the liner on the lash, not our skin. You'll kind of see what I'm doing. And then you're going to want that to dry just a little bit. But you see, like, it just looks so much better. Again, focusing it on the lashes, not my skin. Now, if you like to wear eyeliner, you can put it on your skin and do regular eyeliner, but I do not. So I just put it on the lashes to hide the band. And I'm going to go ahead and do my inner corners real quick. Okay, let's get into this face. I have the BPURE Glow Up Revitalizing Serum. Is that eyeliner or the mascara? I want to say it's the freaking mascara. It was all over the place. Okay. Well, now I definitely hate that mascara. The Be Pure Glow Up Revitalizing Serum. This has pomegranate extract and peptides. So this is kind of similar to their Glow Recipe dupe that they had last summer, I believe, the watermelon scent. And so when I saw these, I wanted to pick them up. I picked up this one and then a strawberry one. Here's the strawberry one. The strawberry one definitely looks more like the watermelon one, as like texture wise, how it's serum-y looking, and then this one is a little more milky, as you can tell. Feels really good on the skin. I had tried this earlier before filming the haul video. The only thing I will say about these, and it could just be a personal issue, is I feel like I use a lot of product. Just making sure to get it everywhere, especially my piercings. I get really dry on my nose. Ooh, okay, I'm so excited to try this. This is the Be Pure Essentially Ageless Blur Face Primer. Literally, like one person said that it reminded them of the Poreless Liquid Putty Primer, whatever, by e.l.f., the liquid one. Did I already say that? And that was enough for me to be like, I have to try it. So, because that's my favorite primer. Let's see, not the cat hair. Okay, it feels thinner than the e.l.f. one so far. The e.l.f. one I really love to put on my forehead for my fine lines. It dried down pretty quickly, and it does still have like that tackiness that the e.l.f. one has. I'm just going to keep saying the e.l.f. one, which I know it's not supposed to be like a tacky primer, but I always found that the e.l.f. one does have like a slight tack to it. And it could be also because I use it with the Power Grip Primer. That's also my favorite primer. The Power Grip Primer plus the Liquid Poreless Putty Primer is my favorite combo. Usually I can tell pretty fast with the e.l.f. one. Oh yeah. The way it's settled into my fine lines already, and my acne scars on the side is why I like that one as well. I'm using a lot, but I also use a lot of the e.l.f. one, so let's keep it fair here. Just focusing it. I do have some acne scarring right here. My eyes getting irritated. This one right here, when I was doing my liquid eyeliner off camera, I completely stabbed my eye. Hopefully that calms down pretty soon. Okay, obviously we'll have to see how it looks with the foundation, but so far, I'm liking it. If I can get the e.l.f. one for $1.25, that's even better, because the e.l.f. one's not too expensive, but this, yes. I went to go wet my sponge. My eye is just getting redder and redder. I don't have time to wait for it to stop, so sorry about that. The sponge I'm using today, this is by AOA Studio. I have used sponges from Dollar Tree in the past, and I just do not like them. This is so squishy, and you can get a 10-pack of these, I think, on Amazon for like $10. So basically $1 a sponge. I highly recommend these. Ever since I tried them, I haven't even bothered getting another sponge. For the foundations, it's not going to be anything new. It's the same combo that I've done in all my previous videos. I'm not going to mix in my white pigment with these. I'm just going to go straight in with the shade so you guys can see. But I love to combine these two. One of them is actually concealer, but I find that the concealer gives me the coverage that I need. So this is the Essentially Ageless by BPURE, their hydrating serum foundation. And then we have the BPURE Hydrating Under Eye Concealer. This is in Fair, and this one I believe was Fair Light. So I'm just going to combine them two. Like I said, they don't match me right now because I am pretty fair, the fairest I am going to be right now. So usually I mix in a white pigment, but if you are close to my skin tone and you want to see if these work for you, yeah, these match me more when I'm actually self-tan, which is crazy because it's supposed to be fair to medium. We're just going to pretend today. We got the foundation applied. Now I want to go in with the same concealer that I used for my eye primer. This is the Essentially Ageless Hydrating Serum Concealer by BPURE. Again, does not match me. I tried to bring everything down to my neck a little bit, but we're just going to be off today. So far with the primer though, I will say that I am happy with how it's sitting on my forehead. Usually foundations, if I don't have primer on, like if I don't have my e.l.f. one on, foundation seems to sit in my fine lines, and this is doing a pretty good job of keeping keeping the foundation from setting in there. The concealer isn't new to me. I know I like this. Let's get into like my favorite part, bronzing and blushing. This is the BPURE Glow Up Contour with Hyaluronic Acid. This is in the shade Fair Medium. Okay, well, for this foundation, which is more of like my tan shade, this is a beautiful color. It's very natural looking. I'm curious to see how this would look on my actual skin tone. So we will have to try that. I'm going to try the foundations again and show you how I mix them with my white pigment to make them actually match my skin tone. Doesn't seem to dry down too quickly, so let's put it all over my face. Ooh, okay. She's pigmented for sure. You probably don't need to put as much as I did, but seems to be blending out beautifully. So no problem. Just to calm this down and clean it up a little bit, I'm taking my sponge, no extra product. We're just gonna go around everything. I forgot to wipe it off, so already it's getting messy in the cap. Oh well, I'm sure that's bound to happen since most of the product goes onto the sponge anyways. If you didn't see my haul, these are all the blushes that we have. I know how these perform, so these two are gonna go, the IONI ones. Now these are all new. So we just tried the Glow Up bronzer from BPURE. So I know I have two blushes that are from that line. Let's see, these two. So these two are the blushes. So I'm going to take these out because I know how at least the contour works, if that makes sense. This is the logic I'm going with. And then we have LA Colors Beauty Wand, which is a sponge applicator as well, but different brand, you know, could be different. And then we have this one. What I think I'm gonna do is do this one on one side, and then I'm really curious to try this shade because I don't have a blush this shade, and I think it's really pretty and gonna go really good with this look. We'll do these two. We're gonna go in with this one first. This is the B Color Liquid Blush in Party Pink. Comes with a doe foot. Should be good, right? Ooh, okay. This is stunning. I feel like I could definitely put on more, which we're gonna do. But do I honestly need it? No, but I want to see how building it up goes. And we're here to test. This is such a pretty shade. Let's try this one on the other side. Obviously gonna be such a different color. We'll just have to make them match. I'm gonna use the same brush. We're gonna need way more of this. This blush has more of a purpley wine tone to it, which really intrigued me because I don't have any blushes. With the amount of blushes that I have, I don't have that shade. This one took a little bit more, I wouldn't say work, just a little more product. Do we just keep the two different blushes? We might actually. Yeah, why not? Do whatever's left over on my nose. I like blush on my nose. I swear, I'm like the zoom in queen. I like you guys to be able to see stuff, you know? Before I forget, I want to go in with highlighter. This is the BPURE Glow Up Highlighter. This is in the shade Shimmering Pearl. Same thing, squeezy tube. Let's do it on the side so you guys can see. That's really pretty. Looks very wet. It doesn't leave that greasy feel. I don't really use liquid highlighter a lot, but I can see myself using this for sure. Yeah, my skin just looks dewy. It's very natural. So if you don't like those glittery, chunky highlights, I think you'll really love this. We're so zoomed in because I want to try this powder. This is the MERCERIE Pressed Finishing Powder, Translucent Coverage and Blurs Pores. And we're just going to take it on a powder puff, but you guys see how the concealer hasn't even creased? I mean, I don't get crazy creasing under my eyes, but it's not like it doesn't happen, you know? This, I'd never really have to worry about it creasing. I love that little imprint in there. Not big on powder since I do have dry skin already. Oh my god. That is bright. But I do still set my face. Well, if you want a brightening powder, here you go. And it doesn't seem to be clinging. Let's go ahead and set the rest of the face. Maybe it's not a bad thing that it's white because I'm looking so tan right now. We're zoomed back out. You guys can still tell how bright it made my under eyes. So if that's something you love, you want a bright under eye, I think you'll really enjoy that powder. Let's bronze this face back up. This is a pressed powder, actually. It's the BPURE Clarifying Pressed Powder for Acne Prone Skin. I picked it up to be a bronzer, so we're going to try it out as a bronzer. And I'm going to try this brush that I also got from the Dollar Tree. And let's see how this works. Okay, I like the brush. It's really soft. Seems to be laying down the product well. Again, I want to see how this looks when my foundation is actually my shade, because right now it's kind of just blending in to the foundation that's not my shade. So I can't really tell. Like, it's not looking like a bronzer like I had intended it to. It's looking like a pressed powder. I actually might be able to use that to darken these under eyes a little bit. I already know how this blush works. It's just a new shade. So let's try the new brush. Oh, it's a shimmering blush, isn't it? Luminizing blush, yep. I didn't notice that. I do not like my cheeks to be luminized because it just makes me look so greasy. Just not my favorite look for my cheeks, but it is definitely luminizing, but I'm looking greasy. I want to mattify my cheeks a little bit more, so I'm going to go in with this LA Colors blush. I don't know if they still have these around, but if they do, it's in the shade of Bloom. Ooh, yeah, I do not like what it just did to my cheeks. This... These are the other two I have, and they say they're luminizing, but I don't remember it being like this. I do not like that at all. Let's finish up these under eyes going back into the palette. I'm going to go in with, let's go in with the middle shade. And just taking this on a flat brush here. I don't want it too smoked out, so we're going to keep it close to my lash line. You guys can actually see my lashes. I did a lash tint, and it's so nice to have lashes that are black when I don't have any makeup on. Usually they're so light. And then just going in with the deepest shade, putting that on the outer corner. The first fluffy brush that we used, I'm just gonna kind of swirl these together. Color switch because I want to go into the lighter shade. I'm gonna go back into the shimmer. Let's try this again. I glided on for my eyebrows with no problem. Yeah, it's just a very nice, like, subtle glow. Okay, not too mad about it. She has her place. Let's go in with eyebrows. I have this IONI Brow Freeze Sculpting Gel. It didn't come with like a brush or anything, so I do have an extra spoolie I'm just going to use. And it comes with a little lid here. Make sure you keep this. I'm sure it's going to help keep it from drying out. And let's mess it up. Go in. Oh, I grabbed a lot. Oops. I've actually been growing my eyebrows back out. I usually trim them, but I want them to be long again. So I think that's going to help with the whole laminated look. I'm just going to make sure it gets all in the hairs here. The biggest problem with these gels is the white residue that it leaves behind. I have not found one that does not do that. Maybe I apply too much. Could definitely be the case. You can see some of that white residue already. But, you know, maybe it dries clear. It's not dry yet, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, let me let this sit for, you know, a few minutes or so and check back in. All right, it's been about 2 minutes for me, 1 second for you. Grab this. Grab this immediately before it's like the next freaking viral thing that everyone's trying to run and grab. I did end up grabbing the e.l.f. God, what is this called? Brow laminating gel for the brush side. I do like to use this like comb side to kind of get all that extra gunk out of my eyebrows, but are you guys seeing this? Like, it is completely laying down. Not every single hair is laid down, which I expect anyways. I don't necessarily care, to be honest. I don't want it like cemented to my face. And that's another thing. This does not feel cemented to my face. It doesn't feel as gunky as they usually do. Now, I can't tell if it's still like wet or I don't know. It doesn't feel like dry and crusty. So that's making me think that it's still wet, but my brows aren't going anywhere. Can I still comb them though? Yeah, I mean, I guess I can still kind of mess with them. Yeah, you can. I like that though, because they're not going anywhere unless you want them to. Like it's not cemented down, but it wasn't moving on its own unless I did it. I say 100% go grab these. I honestly might go grab another before the TikTok people go crazy for it. I grabbed a IONI brow pencil. This is in soft brown and it's a mechanical pencil, which I was like, okay, Dollar Tree, giving us a mechanical pencil and not just like the wooden ones. That's how much product you get. So I'm just gonna fill in whatever is missing, but also doing the underneath. Myself a little tail. It literally has no problem going through the gel, so I'm sure on a regular brow with no gel, it will be just as creamy. So you can still move them how you want. Oh my god, that brow gel. This is exactly what I've been looking for. There's no crazy white residue all over my eyebrows, and my foundation, even around my eyebrows, isn't like all cakey. I love that you can still move the hairs around, but they don't just like fall on their own. Now, given I've had this on for like 10 minutes, but as of right now, loving them. Let's go in with the lips. I have the IONI lip pencil. This is in the shade Warm Nude. It is a cream pencil and sharpenable, so it's not a twist up. I thought it was a twist up at first, but it is not. Ooh, creamy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I could fill like my whole lip in with this. I do have these lip crayons. This one I think is going to be a little too light. Let's go with this one. We might end up using both. You know, I love to layer stuff. This is the LA Colors lip crayon. This is in the shade Peace and Love. Oh yeah. Warm Nude and Peace and Love. Now, I did put the lip liner all over my lips, but they're going together perfectly, giving me a little moisture. Since that lip liner definitely dried down matte, just for shits and giggles, let's put Groovy Pink on top. Do it in the center here. So pretty. Here we are with the final look, you guys. Dollar Tree is not playing with us anymore. They're like, you guys want some affordable makeup? Here you go. Because wow, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, I love to talk to you guys, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.